Tom?
A bit boring, isn't it?
You want to see me now?
Oh, thank you, Tom. Those domestic violence jobs Cathy Marshall's been collating, what's happening about them?
Putting Martella onto it now.
June have been better.
She's at the old people's home. More petty theft.
So it's £43.50 for an Indian meal with an informant. Unless, of course, Tosh Lyons took his whole family with him. Well, tell it. Are you sure about that, Tom? She'll get angry and bash people's heads together.
Which is one way of dealing with the problem, Mum.
You think it's a waste of time?
When we're undermanned and overstaffed, yes, Mum.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Not mine, though. So just get on with it, Tom, will you, please?
Mum?
Oh, Carver must have gone to Port Vale, Cornwall to clock up this mileage.
Wanted me?
I did indeed.
Worth your while learning the patch.
Oh, why's that?
You'll be around for long, will you? Promotion. Go up that ladder faster than a monkey with the runs.
I've seen a monkey with the runs, have you?
It's a top priority initiative, Viv. We have to give it our full support.
Yeah, but why me, Sarge? I've tried it before with domestics. I've never got anywhere. What about Claire?
Too young.
What about June? She'd be perfect.
Think of it as a challenge. We're not stretching you
Honestly,
enough.
Sarge, what good does it do? If any of them women wanted to press charges, they'd be
Viv,
down
the
here
governors
doing
think
it.
it's important. So today's duties for you are either domestic violence followed through or beat 20 with George Garfield. Cathy's got the allegations files. She'll talk you through.
And he pulls a crowbar on me and tries to club me with it, right? I ended up banging his head on a car bonnet like a basketball. I dented it, the bonnet. Anyway, the owner, he only comes and charges us for the damage. What you call grateful.
I shouldn't think your basketball was ecstatic either.
He didn't give a toss. It was him or me. Anyway, I was at school with his brother.
There you go. A lot of hatred, violence and misery. That's marriage for you.
So what do I do?
What you can do. Help, advise, encourage, listen. Let them know if, or more likely when it happens again, they can contact you. You know, someone they know and can trust. I'd take the top 3. Could be worth following up.
Shirley Pearson, aged 23, 3 children, 3.5, 2 and 4 months. Husband unemployed. Listen to this. He dragged her across the floor, punching her legs and stomach. Wife reported but was later unwilling to substantiate her allegations. What do I do if this charmer's at home?
Stand your ground. Sight of the uniform could put him off for a week or 2.
Dory Mackenzie, 45, 3 children, 18, 16 and 12. Husband a civil servant. Assault reported by neighbours who heard screaming at 2 a.m. and found wife hysterical in the street. She's still with him. Don't believe it.
Look, 1 in 100 you might be able to help. That's what it's all about.
It's obviously a load of garbage, so I put the boot in pronto.
800 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
595 with 800 receiving over.
Could you proceed to the Starbuy supermarket in the Walton Centre? See a Mr. Doshi. We're a team of juvenile pickpockets.
Received. Come on.
I don't care whether they like me or not. My first sergeant made me sweep the yard every day for a week.
Why?
Because he
Because
felt,
like it.
Probably the best sergeant I ever worked under. He used to say, whether you're a probationer or a chief constable, you do what your governor tells you and like it. And you can't say fairer than that.
That's right, Tom.
This is it. What was his name?
Late. They've gone that way.
Mr. Doshi,
Doshi, yes.
can you describe them to us?
3 boys, 2 white, 1 black.
What were they doing?
Oh, they were following women trying to pinch their handbags.
You're sure, Mr. Doshi?
Of course I'm sure. 3 of them.
Did you actually see them take anything?
No, it was obvious what they were doing.
See, we can't do anything unless you've actually seen
I
them.
think Mr. Dolce understands that. We're going to have a look through.
Okay.
Thank you for your assistance.
Well, that's all right.
We'll contact you at the shop if we need you as a witness.
Right, I'll go then. Goodbye. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Rule number 1, never involve the public in any action. They don't understand and they only get in the way. I'd have thought you'd know that by now.
Mrs. Pearson? Yeah? I'm Viv Martella from Sun Hill. I was in the neighbourhood and just wanted to make sure you're all right.
All right.
You know, well, after the trouble with your husband.
Oh. Oh, no, that's all right. We've worked all that out.
Oh, that's
See,
good.
after I called the police, right, he taught him a lesson, do you know what I mean? So, he's promised he won't do it again. Yeah, he's promised.
And you believe him?
Yeah, I do. He was really upset.
He wanted me to forgive him. He cried. There was quite a lot to forgive, really, wasn't there? He won't do it again. He doesn't mean it. It's a drink, do you know what I mean?
Mummy,
He won't do it again. Yeah, all right, love, I'm coming. And what if he does? What? Do it again? All right, so what if he does? And I take him to court, eh? What do you think he'll do to me then? Well, how long will he get? A year, 2 years? Do you know what'll happen then? He'll come out and finish me off. But leave Will alone, will you? I can just about cope with things the way they are. What I can't cope with is people like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to present for you today a very, very exciting
Sierra
show.
Oscar 595 receiving.
Go ahead, 595.
We're at the Walton Centre, far side by Eastern Mall. Got our eye on 3 lads. Could be our dippers.
Real life, genuine bed of nails. Madam, would you just like to touch the bed of nails? Ah! Okay, would you like to... My friend Windsor here will lie on the bed of nails. But before we start, I'm going to need a few minutes of your audience.
Just look.
And it's on top of the show. Yes, the show is going. Come here.
Strike! Yeah, if you just give me a minute, I'll sort it out, all right?
All right, I'm not going to hurt you.
Let go, you've broken my arm!
Sierra Oscar from 595 receiving.
Come on.
Go ahead, 595.
Yeah, Mrs. Dolce, in a minute, mate. Yeah, could we have the van round to the Walton Centre, Essex Way entrance? Got 3 juveniles to come in, over. Cheers, mate, I'll have him now. And stop wriggling!
You've got to let me go, it's happening, man!
You took your time. I thought you were a super fit sportsman.
You're right.
Get after him! One weedy kid.
Sorry.
Call in the TSG for you next time, shall we? Yeah, hold on to this one for a minute if you can. And you stop where you are.
Hey, there's no need for that.
And these 2 are down to me, right?
What is it? Is it one of the children? Has there been an accident?
No,
Is it my husband? What's happened?
there's nothing to worry about, Mrs. Mackenzie. But it does concern your husband. Can I come in, please?
Let's have these 2 gentlemen in, shall we? What have we got here?
Dip massage. Third one got away.
He hit me!
Mrs. Mackenzie, a few weeks ago, your husband assaulted you and the police were called. You chose not to press charges. I'd like to discuss that with you, if I may.
I'm sorry, I don't wish to discuss it.
Mrs. Mackenzie, your husband committed a crime against you. He threw you out in the street in your nightdress. You were bruised and bleeding. All our experience suggests that he's very likely to do it again. I'd like to ask you to think about your own welfare.
And how do I explain that to an 18-year-old preparing for A-levels? And her 16-year-old sister, who only wants to be a nurse, and their 12-year-old brother, whose only worry should be what he's going to take on the next school trip. Oh, sorry, loves. I have to think of my own welfare.
What about theirs?
Why do you think I'm here? When they've gone, when they're safe, really established, then I'll go. Then I'll do it. But not before.
Do they know it happens?
He's a good and caring father. It only happens when they're away. Sometimes I think he just can't bear to be left alone with me anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's not so easy, is it? What would you do if you were in my place?
If he attacks you again, please,
Oh, don't
please.
worry, don't worry. They'll let you know. My neighbours.
Right. The mother's on her way in now. There might be a formal complaint in this. Shut the door, please, Turner.
It's a clip round the ear, Mum, nothing more.
So you did hit him?
Not deliberately, Mum. His head was closer than I thought. I hit him as he ducked.
That how you saw it, Richard?
Yes, Mum.
You think the blow was justified?
As PC Stamp says, it didn't appear to be intentional.
You can go, Tony. Wait outside. I want to hear your side of it, and don't leave anything out. I know what he did, Richard. I just want to know if there was any excuse for it. Well, was there?
The child was struggling, Mum. The blow could have been accidental.
But was it, in your opinion?
I can't say, Mum.
You don't have to, I can see in your face. You've come to us with a good record, Richard. You're clearly promotion material, just what we're looking for. I do hope you won't disappoint us.
Mrs. Harper?
Yeah?
I'm WPC Martella from Sunhill Police Station. I'm following up the allegation
There's no one, not in the house. Please, just go.
Hey, excuse me. Did you just knock on my door?
Yes, I did.
Were you a kissogram or what?
No, I'm a police officer.
Yeah. Bit dishy for a plod, aren't you? Well, come in.
I can't, I'm busy.
But you just knocked on the door.
It was a mistake.
No, it wasn't. You came to see my wife, didn't you? I heard you asking for her. Well, come in. It's ages since we've had company. It would be such a treat.
I don't think I should.
Oh, but you must. Please. I'll cause trouble if you don't.
All right. But I can't stay long.
I'm Brian Harper. How do you do? Welcome to our bijou flatlet. A trifle disordered at present, but there we are.
It's very nice.
You don't mean that, I can tell. It's a tip, isn't it? Some tea, I think, my flower. Well, you would like some tea, I assume? It's just past 4 after all, and we're as regular as the proverbial clockwork in this household.
Yeah.
Do sit down. You can move that heap. It's my thesis. I'm a bit of a thinker. It's my calling in life. I rely on my brain, you see. Bit of a rare species around here. I don't suppose you meet many people like me, Constable.
Oh, I meet them all the time, Mr. Harper.
Do call me Brian, please. And what is your name, WPC 227?
Martella.
What do your friends call you, Marty?
Viv.
Viv. How lovely. T.S. Eliot's rather neurotic first wife was called Viv. But do you know who T.S. Eliot was?
Yeah, he wrote Cats.
Almost right. So sit down. She's just a bit clumsy, that's all. She'll do it.
Didn't back me up, did you?
Look, I covered you as best as I could, but don't you ever give me a hard time again.
Hard time? Look, mate, I've rumbled you. I know why you let the other one go.
Oh, yes?
He was black for a start, and you thought underprivileged, broken home.
That's rubbish.
When you thought you'd hurt him, that was it. You get a complaint, and then your record wouldn't be so squeaky clean anymore. I've seen it all before. PC to inspector without getting your hands dirty.
Look, let's just get one thing straight, shall we? I never said anything to drop you in as, and I could have done.
Can I see you in my office, Tony, please?
Butterfingers.
I saw it.
So, why have you come to see my wife?
I just came to check that you were both all right.
All right.
I was thinking of the recent arguments you'd had.
Arguments? We did have a rather heated discussion about the nature of perception. Was that it?
I mean the occasion when Mrs. Harper came to the police station and we subsequently took her to the hospital.
Oh, that.
She was quite badly injured. We decided not to press charges.
But things are fine now. Aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Things are fine now. Really? It was a mistake to tell anyone.
We do have discussions, arguments if you want to call them that. And maybe I get a bit boisterous sometimes. But she's still my wife, and she's still here, isn't she? Look, you don't have to worry about us. We're as lovey-dovey as any couple in our situation could possibly be. And if we argue, and occasionally fists fly, that's our business.
Not if someone reports a criminal offence.
No, well, that won't happen again. I promise. We were just mucking about, really. Kidding. Oh, are you married, Constable?
No.
Well, there you are then. You wouldn't understand, would you?
I think I'd better go. Thanks for the tea.
I'll show you out.
Bye, Viv. Nice to meet you. Do call again.
I just might. If you want anything,
No.
you just phone me.
I
At
don't, all right?
I'll come back when he's not around.
Don't you never come back, all right? Just leave us alone.
You're a professional, Tony. You're a good, experienced street copper. You know how much value we put on officers like you, don't you?
Yes, Mum.
Integrity, common sense, and sound judgment. That's what the Commissioner's looking for, Tony. That's what I'm looking for. Yes? Thank you, I'll be there in a moment. Mrs. Gilligan's here. Go and wait outside the interview room with Turnham, would you?
Tony's been niggling away ever since Turnham arrived. Now, you knew this would happen if you paired them together. Now, Tony would start playing the old campaigner while he's got the chance. Won't be able to lord it for long. Young Richard will be away up the ranks in no time.
Blaming me and excusing Stab, is that it?
No! Tony's still in trouble.
I said I want to see the inspector.
I think you mean me. I'm Inspector Fraser. You must be Mrs. Gilligan.
Well, yeah. Where are they?
Well, if you'd like to come through, I'll show you. Gary and Wayne, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, Beasley, Stamp and Turnham. They're in here.
Oh, there you are. What have you been up to? Are you all right? Are you all right? Now be quiet. Now be quiet. Now shut up.
You're entitled to make an official complaint.
Complaint? What about?
It ain't me!
Did he? There's nothing to answer. Shut up.
You're still entitled to complain?
No, thank you, Inspector. They can have more to complain about from me and their dad.
Well, if you're sure. You'll sign a disclaimer, will you?
Well, that's it. No more of that, thank you. I've told Tom Penny next time he can find someone else.
What happened?
Nothing, that's what happened. What could I do? What can anyone do? If they don't want to be helped, then there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, get that down you.
Thanks. Look, sorry, Kath. I didn't mean to take it out on you. Why do they put up with it, eh? I mean, what silly cow would put up with someone like Harper? I'd kill him if he did that to me.
Would you? I wonder. My husband used to knock me about.
What?
Yeah. My big, brave CID hero. If someone had got off or put one over on him, he'd come home after a drink with the lads and it always started with something small. Like his supper was overcooked or couldn't find the paper or anything. And he'd just lash out. And when he'd hurt me enough, I let it all go, just at the end of a storm. And he'd cry, say he was sorry. And he meant it too. And I'd take him on my arms and tell him it didn't matter. Because I understood it, you see, that was the problem. And maybe I blame myself a bit too. Stupid, eh?
You never brought charges?
And no one ever really knew. So, there you are, you see. I was one of the stupid cows, wasn't I?
No. At least you divorced him, Kath.
Yeah, some do.
Let's face it, all they're going to get is a caution from the Y&C. I reckon they're in quite enough trouble.
I just don't want Stamp to think he's got away with it.
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. I'll sort Stamp out.
Am I right in thinking Ted Roach was on leave the week before last?
That's right.
Then how come he's claimed 60 quid miscellaneous? I don't know, this lot makes dipping the till a hobby.
Nice to get again.
Borstal fodder.
You're right.
Have a word with you, Stamp. In my office.
Right, Sarge.
They gone?
Yes.
Bit of a handful, eh? Have you got a second? Look, don't worry about all this. Tony doesn't mean it. He's a good, solid copper.
I know. Look, I'm sorry about losing that other kid. It was stupid of me.
Ah, don't worry about it. Better to lose him than to bruise him. It's nowadays, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, Viv?
Roll on closing time.
Viv?
Yeah?
There's a woman in the front interview room asking for you, a Mrs. Harper. She's in a bit of a state.
Thanks.
Is that true? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Is that true?
He's done it again.
And why were you doing that? Well, you're that
And guess why? He thought I'd asked you to come round, but I didn't, did I? You just barged straight in and interfered.
I was trying to help you.
Yeah, I know. And then you looked at me. Not like a policewoman, but just like another woman. And I thought, yeah, she despises me. Just like I despise myself. And I thought, that's it. That's enough. If he does it one more time, I needed him to hit me just one more time to give me courage.
Courage?
To come down here and find you. I want you to charge him. I want him to go to prison. We can make him go to prison, can't we?
Yeah. First thing, we got to find you somewhere to stay.